You're about to discover something that will fundamentally change how you see every single relationship in your life. Because right now, and I need you to hear this clearly, you're probably missing the most dangerous warning signs. Not because you're not smart, not because you lack intelligence, but because someone has trained you to ignore your own gut instinct. They've conditioned you to doubt yourself at every turn. Here's what's happening. Inside toxic relationships, there's a pattern so calculated, so deliberate, that most people don't even realize they're trapped until years have passed. And by then, they've lost pieces of themselves they never thought they'd have to rebuild. I'm talking about their confidence, their self-worth, their ability to trust their own judgment. This isn't some abstract concept. This is happening to millions of people right now, in their homes, in their workplaces, in their relationships. And the devastating part? The narcissist doesn't see anything wrong with what they're doing. They genuinely believe they're the victim. But here's the truth that nobody wants to admit. Once you understand the Narcissist Playbook, once you can actually see the manipulation tactics they're using, you'll never be trapped again. You'll spot these patterns immediately. And more importantly, you'll know exactly when to walk away. Over the next 30 minutes, we're going to break down everything. The manipulation tactics that keep you hooked, the red flags you've been missing, the cycles that feel impossible to break, and most critically, how to reclaim your power and never give it away again. This isn't theory. This is the psychology of control, the neuroscience of addiction, and the blueprint for your freedom. If you're ready to stop being played, to stop accepting the unacceptable, and to finally understand what's really happening in your relationships, then you're in exactly the right place. Make sure you're subscribed, because this knowledge changes everything. Let's begin. Chapter 1. The Illusion of Perfection. Why you can't see it coming. Listen to me closely. The narcissist doesn't walk into your life. They storm into it like a hurricane of affection. It feels like destiny. It feels like magic. But I need you to understand one brutal truth right now. It's not magic, it's manipulation. This is the love-bombing phase. They mirror you so perfectly that it feels like they understand your soul. They text constantly. They plan the future. They buy the gifts. They create an intensity that overrides your logic. That's the key. They are overwhelming your system so you don't have time to think. You think you've found the one, but you haven't found a soulmate. You've been targeted by a predator who is systematically creating dependency. It's not affection, it's acquisition. You didn't spot it. Why? Because your empathy is your blind spot. You projected your own good heart onto a wolf in sheep's clothing. You assumed that because you are genuine, they must be genuine. You mistook intensity for intimacy. You have a choice to see this clearly now. You didn't fall in love with a person, you fell in love with a mirror. They reflected exactly what you wanted to see. It's not about connection, it's about conditioning. Understand this, narcissists don't hunt the weak. They hunt the strong. They hunt the empathetic, the successful, the forgiving. Being chosen isn't a compliment, it's a calculation. They saw your value, your status, your money, your love, and they decided to harvest it. You don't need their permission to accept this truth. You were selected because you had something they wanted to steal. But the perfection cannot last. The mirror is about to crack. You've signed the contract, you're hooked on the dopamine, and now the real game begins. You survived the seduction. Now prepare for the switch. Chapter 2. The mask slips when the idealization ends. The fairy tale is over. The shift didn't happen with a bang. It happened with a whisper. One day, the compliments stopped. Then came the backhanded comments. You look nice for someone your age. You're so sensitive. You brushed it off. You made excuses. But listen to me. You have a choice to see this for what it is. They are testing you. This is the devaluation phase. It is slow. It is calculated. It is poison. They are measuring exactly how much disrespect you will swallow. That's the key. They know if they showed you their true face on the first date, you would have run. So they boil the frog slowly. They dismantle your boundaries brick by brick. You think you're compromising? No, you are tolerating abuse. It's not about compromise, it's about control. Now, your self-doubt is their weapon. You start asking, am I too sensitive? Is it me? Stop asking. That confusion is the goal. They want you questioning your reality so you depend entirely on their version of it. You are behaving like a lab rat pressing a lever, hoping for a pellet of affection that rarely comes. You are working harder for crumbs than you used to work for a feast. You don't need their permission to trust your gut. If it feels wrong, it is wrong. Look at yourself. You've stopped seeing friends to avoid arguments. You've stopped sharing your wins because they get shot down. You are shrinking yourself to fit into their box. You think you're saving the relationship, but you are losing yourself. It's not about love, it's about erasure. They are conditioning you to disappear. Wake up. The person you fell in love with does not exist. That was a mask. This cold, critical stranger standing in front of you? This is who they really are. The mask is off, and now they need to make sure you never trust your own eyes again. Chapter 3. Gaslighting. They make you question reality itself. I never said that. You're crazy. You're imagining things. How many times have you heard these words? This isn't a communication problem. This is psychological warfare. This is gaslighting. The narcissist has a simple goal: to hijack your reality. They will look you in the eye and deny something you heard them say 5 minutes ago. They will see your screenshots and tell you you're misinterpreting them. That's the key. They aren't trying to win an argument, they are trying to break your mind. If they can make you doubt your own eyes, they own you. If you can't trust your perception, you must trust theirs. It's not about truth, it's about domination. This isn't just annoying, it is biologically devastating. Your brain is under siege. Your amygdala, your fear center, is firing constantly while your rational brain is shutting down. You are exhausted because you are fighting a war against reality every single day. You replay conversations on a loop, searching for proof that you aren't insane. Stop doing this. You are trying to use logic with someone who is weaponizing chaos. You are looking for validation from the person who is committed to destroying you. You don't need their permission to know what is real. The tragedy is that you have stopped trusting your gut. That voice inside you, your intuition, screamed that something was wrong, and they trained you to ignore it. They convinced you that your survival instinct was a mental health issue. You have a choice right now. You can keep debating reality with a liar, or you can reclaim your sanity. Stop explaining. Stop defending. Stop proving. When you know the truth, arguing is a sign of weakness, not strength. It's not about convincing them, it's about believing yourself. You are starting to see the game. But what happens when you finally call them out? They don't just deny it, they flip the script entirely. Your reality is reclaimed. Now watch how they turn themselves into the victim. Chapter 4. Blame shifting and DARVO. They make themselves the victim. You finally gather the courage to confront them. You have the facts. You have the proof. Yet, 10 minutes later, you are the one apologizing to them. How did this happen? It wasn't an accident. It was a formula. This is DARVO. Deny, attack, reverse victim and offender. First, they deny reality. That didn't happen. Then, they attack your character. You're always so negative. You're obsessed with the past. And finally, the kill shot. They reverse the roles. Suddenly, they are the injured party, and you are the abuser for bringing it up. That's the key. They know you are terrified of being the bad guy, so they hijack your empathy to escape accountability. You back down to keep the peace. You comfort the person who hurt you. It's not about resolution, it's about deflection. They don't just do this in private, they perform this play for the world. They tell your friends the story where they are the suffering saint and you are the unstable villain. And people believe them. Why? Because they look calm and charming, while you look exhausted and reactive. You have a choice. Stop trying to win the court of public opinion. You cannot explain your side to people who are committed to misunderstanding you. Listen to me, you are not responsible for their emotions. Look What You Made Me Do is the anthem of the abuser. You are walking on eggshells, managing a grown adult like a volatile toddler. You don't need their permission to drop that burden. If they cannot regulate their own anger, that is their failure, not your fault. It's not about your behavior, it's about their lack of accountability. You've stopped fighting back. You've accepted the blame. But now that they've won the argument, they need to punish you for daring to speak up at all. The noise stops. The punishment begins. Chapter 5. The silent treatment, punishment through abandonment. After the argument comes the silence. It is not peaceful. It is a weapon. The silent treatment is emotional abandonment used as punishment. They ignore your texts. They walk past you like you're a ghost. This triggers a primal fear in your brain, the fear of being cast out. Your survival instinct screams that you are in danger. So what do? You chase them. You apologize for things you didn't do. You beg for a reaction. That's the key. The silence isn't about them needing space, it's about them asserting dominance. They are conditioning you to believe that their attention is a reward you must earn. It's not about reflection, it's about punishment. You are being trained to see their acknowledgement as the ultimate prize. You can't sleep. You can't eat. You feel completely alone, even when they are in the same room. You start to internalize their message. I have done something so terrible that I don't deserve to be spoken to. That is a lie. You have a choice to see this as the psychological torture it is. The profound relief you feel when they finally speak to you again isn't love. It's the feeling of a hostage being given a glass of water. This is the most insidious damage of all. The silent treatment screams one message: you are worthless. You are nothing. And after hearing it enough times, you start to believe it. You don't need their permission to exist. Your worth is not determined by their willingness to speak to you. You were worthy before them, and you will be worthy after them. This hot and cold cycle, the intense connection followed by agonizing silence, isn't random. It's a precise formula designed to get you addicted to the pain. The silence is broken, but you're now hooked on the chaos. Chapter 6. Intermittent reinforcement, the addiction mechanism. You keep asking yourself, why can't I just leave? The answer isn't weakness. The answer is neuroscience. You are not in love. You are addicted. This is intermittent reinforcement. You get affection, sometimes. You get kindness, sometimes. But you never know when. This unpredictability hijacks your brain the exact same way a slot machine does. Your brain releases dopamine not when you win, but when you might win. That's the key. A consistent, healthy relationship doesn't flood your system with dopamine the same way. Chaos is chemically more addictive than peace. It's not about love, It's about biochemistry. Research shows that abuse victims tolerate a 50-50 split. Half abuse, half affection. If it was 90% abuse, you would leave. But 50-50? That feels like a gamble worth taking. You tell yourself, if I just say the right thing, if I just behave better, maybe it will tip to 60-40ths. It never does. The ratio is fixed. You have a choice to stop playing a rigged game. Listen to me carefully. You are not weak for staying. Your brain is experiencing a legitimate addiction. The dopamine, the cortisol, the adrenaline, these are not character flaws. This is biology. This is the predictable response to a deliberately engineered manipulation pattern. You don't need their permission to acknowledge that this isn't your fault. Understanding this removes the shame, but it doesn't remove your responsibility to act. But the addiction deepens when they introduce one more element: competition. They bring a third person into the dynamic to ensure you never feel safe. You're hooked on the highs and lows. Now they make you compete for scraps. Chapter 7. Triangulation, bringing a third person into the abuse. They start mentioning their ex. A lot. Or they flirt with a coworker in front of you. Or they compare you to someone better. This isn't accidental. This is triangulation, the deliberate creation of competition to keep you desperate. The third person is often innocent. They might not even know they're being used as a weapon. But the narcissist strategically drops their name, praises their qualities, and watches you shrink. That's the key. They want you to feel like you're not enough. Like you need to compete. Like you need to earn their attention. It's not about the third person, it's about your insecurity. So what do? You try harder. You dress better. You say yes to everything. You suppress your needs to become more agreeable, more available, more perfect. You are competing for someone who should already be choosing you. You have a choice to stop this insane race. You are not in a relationship. You are in an audition that never ends. But triangulation doesn't stop at one person. The narcissist poisons your entire social circle. They tell your friends a carefully edited story where they are the victim and you are unstable. By the time you reach out for support, the narrative is set. People have already chosen sides. You don't need their permission to see this for what it is: isolation by design. They are cutting off your exits so you have nowhere to run. You feel trapped. You feel alone. And when you finally try to set a boundary or challenge them, that fragile ego beneath the mask explodes. You've been competing for scraps. Now watch what happens when you stop playing along. Chapter 8. Narcissistic injury and rage when they can't control you. You made a small comment. You set a reasonable boundary. And suddenly, the world exploded. You are witnessing narcissistic rage. This isn't normal anger. This is nuclear fallout. Why? Because beneath their arrogance lies a fragility so brittle it cannot survive the slightest scratch. Their ego is paper thin. When you disagree with them, you aren't just having an argument. You are shattering their delusion of perfection. This is a narcissistic injury. That's the key. To them, your boundary feels like a death threat. So they respond with war. The explosion is disproportionate. They yell, they throw things. They drive aggressively. The message is loud and clear: submit or suffer. It's not about the argument. It's about dominance. They are training you like an animal. They are teaching you that the price of having a voice is too high to pay. And it works. Look at you. You are walking on eggshells. You scan their face for micro-expressions of anger before you speak. You swallow your opinions. You shrink into silence. You have a choice to see what you have become: a hostage in your own life. You are not living, you are surviving. Your nervous system is stuck in fight or flight, permanently scanning for danger. This vigilance is destroying your health, your sleep, and your sanity. You don't need their permission to feel safe. No one has the right to terrorize you into submission. A partner who punishes you for having a backbone is not a partner. They are a tyrant. You think leaving will stop the madness? Not yet. Because once you finally walk away, they won't just let you go. They need their supply back. The rage failed to control you. Now they try to suck you back in. Chapter 9. Hoovering. They can't let you go because you're their supply. You finally got out. You went no contact. The house is quiet. Then, suddenly a text pops up. I miss you. I've been thinking about us. I've changed. Your heart skips a beat. Don't let it. This isn't a miracle. This is hoovering. Like a vacuum, they are trying to suck you back into the void. Why are they back? Listen to me. They don't miss you. They miss the supply. They miss the attention, the adoration, the drama you provided. You were their battery, and they ran empty. That's the key. They aren't returning to a person, they are returning to a resource. It's not about love, it's about refueling. They will sell you the redemption arc. They will say, I'm in therapy. I realize my mistakes. It is a performance. Look closely at the apology. I'm sorry you felt hurt. Notice the difference? That is not remorse. That is manipulation avoiding accountability. It is love bombing 2.0. If you let them back in, the mask will slip faster this time. And worse, you will carry the shame of knowing better and going back anyway. You have a choice. You can believe the fantasy, or you can trust the history. They know exactly when to strike, when you are lonely, tired, or doubting. They have studied your vulnerabilities like a map. They are banking on your empathy to override your survival instinct. You don't need their permission to leave that text on read. Deleting their number isn't an act of cruelty, it is an act of survival. You have seen behind the curtain. You know the script. Now it is time to burn the script. You know what they are. Now you must decide who you are. The cycle stops today, but only if you are brave enough to walk away forever. Chapter 10. Reclaiming your power, breaking the cycle permanently. This is the final truth. Stop asking, what did I do wrong? You did nothing wrong. You were not naive, you were targeted. You were not weak, you were empathetic. That's the key. A predator doesn't blame the prey for being caught, and you must stop blaming yourself for being manipulated. The problem was never you. It was always them. You have a choice to accept this right now. You cannot fix them. You cannot love them into health. You can only save yourself. 2 words, no contact. This isn't a negotiation. It means 0. No texts. No checking in. No stalking their social media. You must starve the addiction. Your brain needs to detox from the chaos. You are not trying to get closure from them. Closure is a lie they use to keep the door open. You give yourself closure by slamming the door shut. It's not about punishment, it's about protection. Rebuild your internal compass. Ask yourself, what do I want? What do I think? You spent years performing for an audience of one. It is time to fire the audience. Rediscover the person you were before the abuse. That person is still in there, waiting for you to come home. You don't need their permission to be happy. You don't need their permission to heal. Here is my challenge to you. If you saw yourself in this book, do not ignore it. Awareness without action is useless. Commit to a plan. Reach out for help. Build your exit strategy. And if you are already out, commit to staying out. You have survived the storm. Now look in the mirror. You are stronger than you know. You are wiser than you were. And most importantly, you are finally free. This is the end of their control. And the beginning of your life. Listen to me. Everything you just learned isn't abstract psychology. It's not theoretical. It's the actual machinery of how narcissists operate. And the fact that you watched this entire video means you're ready to understand something fundamental. You're not broken. You're not crazy. You're not too sensitive or too emotional or too needy. You've been systematically manipulated by someone with a deep understanding of human psychology. Here's what's true. Some relationships can be fixed with communication. This isn't one of them. A narcissist cannot be fixed by your love. They cannot be fixed by your patience. They cannot be fixed by you trying harder or being better or changing who you are. The only way out is through acceptance of this reality and action on that acceptance. So here's your challenge, and I want you to take this seriously. Look at the relationships in your life right now. Don't look for a perfect match to every pattern I described. Look for the core red flags, the manipulation, the blame shifting, the intermittent reinforcement, the attacks on your self-worth. If you see them, you have to act. Not tomorrow. Not after one more chance. No. Your life, your actual life, not the one you're performing in, your real life is worth protecting. And reclaiming it starts with one decision: to stop accepting the unacceptable. Are you ready to make that decision? If you found value in this, subscribe to the channel. Share this with someone who needs to hear it. And in the comments, tell me, what was the biggest red flag you recognized? Let's build a community where people understand their own worth. Because that's where real change starts. Thanks for watching.